Hi Capricorn, welcome to your love reading for January 2018. This is Elizabeth from channelguidance.com. I am going to be doing a love reading for you for January, but I'm also going to be doing a love reading for you for the entire year of 2018. So let's go ahead and begin. This is going to be for confirmations. We will get to that in a minute, but first let's get you 9 cards from this deck. This is the love reading for the sign of Capricorn for January 2018. You have the Two of Swords, the King of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, the Moon, the Princess of Wands, the Seven of Swords, the Hangman, the Six of Swords, and the Ace of Wands. Okay, what's the most important message from this deck that Capricorn needs to hear for January 2018? The Nine of Wands. So this might be that you're feeling very protective of yourself, and I do see a few things going on, just kind of looking over the cards I've pulled for you. This can mean that you're holding back or someone around you is holding back. They are protecting themselves and they might be afraid to move forward. We will come back to this to see how it ties in with the rest of the reading. Let's take a look at the first row. The first row is interesting. You have Two of Swords, Two of Pentacles with the King of Wands in the middle. So there's an emphasis here on the King of Wands. This is someone who is a fire sign, so Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, male or female, sun, moon, or rising, or someone who's in that energy. The twos, and you have two of them, they represent a choice. So for some of you, it could be that, let's just start with singles. I feel like there could be two people that you're interested in, and you're gonna have to choose in the month of January. And it could, I mean, going back to the main energy, it could be that you're having trouble choosing. You don't want to make the wrong decision. You don't want to be hurt. There's just some type of choice around a fire sign. But like I said, for singles, this can be choosing between two partners. For those who are already coupled, again, there can still be a choice as far as, do you still want this King of Wands in your life? Because there's something really complicated going on here with the Two of Swords. This is a really kind of impossible situation where it's like you have to choose, and there is basically nothing else that you can do. You're stuck if you don't make some type of decision or you don't take some type of action. There's something you have to do, or again, you are stuck in a rut. So I feel like there is something that's kind of up in the air. I see that here with the Two of Pentacles. This is scattered energy, some type of decision around a fire sign or someone who's in that energy. This can also be, because it's a Two of Pentacles, like I said, scattered energy, that you may have to make a choice with a partner that is not fully committing themselves to you, because this is wishy-washy energy. This can be somebody that goes back and forth, that makes promises, as far as we're going to move to the next level. Eventually we will get married, or we will get engaged, or we will move in together. It could be that you're dealing with someone that's very kind of wishy-washy, not delivering on their promises, not providing you any stability, and there's a really difficult decision that you have to make. And it could be that this person, and going back to the main energy, it could be that someone is really just protecting themselves. They're playing it safe. They don't want to be hurt. So somebody could be holding back on you, not sharing their feelings, kind of keeping you at a distance, pushing you away, because they are afraid or they don't want to be hurt. But again, a really kind of difficult decision. Someone is stuck here, and there is a choice to make, possibly around a fire sign. Now the next row, you have the Moon, the Princess of Wands, and the Seven of Swords. So here you have something, very kind of mysterious energy, and I feel like there could be something that is revealed to you. There could be something that someone shares to you. Ironically, all of these cards kind of resonate with that message. This is the Seven of Swords, and this is a slander card. I mean, there are other meanings for this card, but I mean, seeing the Princess of Wands, which represents communication, with the Seven of Swords and the Moon, I feel like Capricorn might be hearing something kind of, very unexpected that affects your love life in some way. So it could be that you hear something about your partner, It could be that you hear something, you know, someone has been talking about your marriage, about you. Is this something that affects your love life? The moon represents things that are hidden, are revealed. And the Princess of Wands, this is communication. And this is just downright slander. Someone's been gossiping. This came up for another sign. I think it may have been Virgo. But this also represents jealousy. It represents envy. And I don't always get that for this card. But I do feel like for some of you, there is someone that is jealous of what you have with someone else. If that is the case, if you immediately kind of resonate with that message, I feel like you might be finding out who that is, or someone that is trying to sabotage your relationship with the moon. Again, what was hidden is revealed. You're finally in the know. Possibly because there was some type of communication with someone. So this could either be slander, or this can just kind of be somebody that's jealous of what you and your partner have. But it can also be, you know, for those who are coupled and there is no gossip or jealousy, the moon represents, again, you know, it represents things that you don't know yet. So it could be that you don't really know what to do about your partner. You don't really know why they're not committing to you, because this, again, is someone that goes back and forth on their word. It could be that something is revealed to you. I feel like whatever it is that's revealed, it's good news. The Princess of Swords represents good news. And, you know, I feel for those where, you know, your partner is not committing and they're not giving you what you want. Your partner is admitting something here with the Seven of Swords, because the Seven of Swords is someone who is working against themselves, someone that has the blinders on and is not aware of what they're doing. This really resonates with your main message with the Nine of Wands. This is someone that is just protecting themselves. This is someone that just does not want to be hurt. So I feel like if you're not getting that commitment that you want from your partner has been working against themselves, and this could be something that they are fessing up to in January. They're finally letting you know why they have been holding back, why there has not been any further commitment. Even for those who are already married, if something kind of seemed a little bit off in the marriage, I feel like you're figuring out like what's wrong with your partner, or what is wrong with your marriage. I feel like you're getting good news, and someone could also finally kind of be ripping off the blinders with this card. You have the blinders on when this card comes up. You don't want to see something, but I feel like you're finally seeing it. And this could be something that you have to take care of in your marriage. Again, something that's very complicated. The first card is always really important. You're having to do something because there's no other way out. Now down here, see if I can lower the camera, you have the Hangman, the Six of Swords, and the Ace of Wands. So you are stuck. I mean, you have that message here in the Hangman, and you had it in the Two of Swords, your first card. That's stuck energy. The good news is that you are moving forward. The Six of Swords is telling me no matter how you're stuck, whether you're stuck because you can't meet anybody, whether you're stuck because your partner is not delivering on their promises or not committing, or there's something else going on in your relationship or in your marriage, the Six of Swords says that you're moving towards something much healthier and much better. There's a change, a positive change in your relationship, followed by some type of new beginning. And this means that you're able to start over with your partner. The Ace of Wands comes up when you're able to just kind of erase everything that has been said and done, and you're just able to, you know, have almost like a brand new relationship. So I feel like someone, you know, you have been dealing with something where your relationship or your marriage has kind of been in a kind of stuck phase. I mean, you have two messages of being stuck. Let me just bring it up here. The Hangman and the Two of Swords. You have been stuck and dealing with something really complicated where someone has to make a decision. There is a message that you're getting past this with the Ace of Wands. You're moving forward. You're able to start over no matter what has been blocking you. But again, I feel like for some of you there can be some gossip around you or some jealousy, or both. Okay, let's go ahead and see what other messages come up for you from the same deck. What other messages are there for the sign of Capricorn for January 2018? You have the Five of Pentacles, messages for Capricorn, the World, and the Nine of Pentacles. I'll put it here so you can see it. So we're going to look at these three cards. So what I see here is that someone has really kind of been suffering. The Five of Pentacles means that someone has really been feeling disconnected from their partner, feeling like they don't even try. they're not, you know, we don't have that spark anymore. And it could be that they're downright neglecting you. And that definitely resonates with these two cards right here. Two of Swords, Two of Pentacles. Wishy-washy energy. Someone's not committing. Someone's not coming through with their promises. You are suffering through this. This is kind of being miserable, feeling lonely and isolated. That is coming to an end with the World. The World means that it's time to close the chapter on that, you know, that phase in your relationship, in your love life, or in your marriage, whatever it is for you. It's time for that to come to an end, and it's time for you to put yourself first with the Nine of Pentacles. This card is all about you, which means that you're going to have to do whatever you have to do for yourself. Again, these two number twos that I see up here, there is some type of difficult choice that you have to do, and I'm really kind of getting a feeling from this reading, now that I've pulled this many cards, that for some of you, you're dealing with someone in a relationship or in a marriage that is really being overprotective of themselves. Like they don't want to commit, and this could be because of something from the past, or they're just afraid of commitment. And I feel like many of you have been hanging on, kind of hoping that things improve. And for some of you, I feel like it will, but I feel like, you know, this era of loneliness, of you suffering, of you kind of, you know, somebody just leading you on, empty promises, that has to come to an end. You have to put yourself first in some way. Whether you have to give them an ultimatum, or you have to have some type of really intense conversation. You got to do what's best for you, because I get the feeling from this reading that like someone's being treated like really unfairly. And I mean, there can even be deceit here. Like someone could be promising, you know, eventually, you know, we will get to marriage, eventually we will get engaged. And I feel like for some of you, you've been waiting for a long time. It's time for that person to deliver on their promises, or it's time for you to close that chapter in your life. And for many of you, you will be continuing, because you have the Ace of Wands. You're able to have that new beginning, that new life with the person that you love. But again, two cards, Two of Swords and the Hangman, telling me that you have been stuck. And I get the feeling that for some of you, you have been suffering because someone is not coming through with their promises. Okay, so let's get some more cards from this deck to see what they want to tell you. What other messages are there for the sign of Capricorn for January 2018? Look at that, the Ace of Wands again. That's a repeating card. The Wheel of Fortune. And the Queen of Cups. I'll put it here so you can see it. What's the most important message that Capricorn needs to hear from this deck? The Three of Pentacles. This just means that you have to kind of roll up your sleeves. This is what I was saying about the Nine of Pentacles, which is down here somewhere. You've got to do what you've got to do. This means that there's going to have to be a lot of effort to bring your love life back into balance, a marriage, a relationship. You have to go out of your way to make things fair to you, to make things good again. Because I feel like for many of you, you can fix whatever it is that's going on. So let's take a look at these three cards right here. So you've got a Court card, you've got the Queen of Cups. This is a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. So this person comes with positive energy. For those who are single, this can be someone new that you're meeting in January, because you do have the Ace of Wands, which is a repeating card. Somebody new. Again, it's time for your love life to take a turn for the better, for those who are single. For those who are already coupled, the Queen of Cups can be your partner. It can even be you if you have a moon or a rising sign in Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, or maybe one of you is in that energy. There is a new beginning. This is a repeating card because you have it here, and you also have it from the other deck. So when I see them, this is why I use two decks. When they come up from both decks, this is the most important message for you in the entire reading. This means that for the sign of Capricorn, it is time for you to have a squeaky new beginning. It's time for you to do away with the past. For some of you, I feel like it's time to kind of move on from the past. Maybe you're watching this reading because you're hoping to meet somebody new because you've been hurt in the past. Or it's time for a relationship to have a huge, transformation. I'm surprised you don't have the Death card in here somewhere, because I kind of get that feeling. Like it's time for a complete revamp of a relationship. It's time for things to totally change. I feel like it has to change in order for things to be fair to you. So this is a new life, a new beginning, almost like a new relationship, but it can be the same relationship that you're in. It's just in a completely different energy. Again, where everything is equal, where you're not having to compromise too much. The Wheel of Fortune, a major arcana, which is telling you that, it is time for your love life to change. It is time for something to change. Now, what's going to change? You being stuck. somebody going back and forth, maybe somebody even being a little bit loose with the truth and not being completely honest. You feeling, let me bring up this card for you, someone feeling just completely left out, abandoned. That's got to change. It's time for your love life to take a turn for the better. And again, this could have something to do with a water sign, whether it's you or your partner. And again, main energy just means that you're going to have to do something with the Three of Pentacles. This means that, again, you're going to have to try your best. You can't ignore what's going on anymore. And that is the first message that you had with the Two of Swords. You're dealing with something really complicated where you're going to have to go out of your way to heal things, to fix things, or to move on, because someone, again, is not letting you in all the way with the Nine of Wands. Someone is being very protective of themselves. So let me just take a quick look at this reading before I move on to your reading for 2018. So just kind of, looking at the cards that I pulled for you, there's a strong message, again, of new beginnings. Yeah, you can see this one here. The Ace of Wands 2 times. So whatever your situation is, single, married, in a relationship, in between, it is time for a fresh start for you. I feel like there's an opportunity in January for you to wipe the slate clean. And for some of you, this can have something to do with an ex, because I always think of exes when the Ace of Wands comes up, because it means that you're able to forgive and forget and just kind of completely erase everything that has been said and done and start over. And for some of you, it could be that is a choice that you're making, where maybe you're having to make a choice to bring back maybe someone who's a fire sign, where maybe there was deceit. But I clearly see some type of choice here with the two cards, the Two of Pentacles and Two of Swords, some type of choice. But I feel like there has been someone kind of keeping you in suspense with the Two of Pentacles, going back and forth, either because they can't honor their word, or because there are other people in the picture. Like, I mean, you've been isolated and you've been feeling lonely. For some of you, you may have been dealing with deceit. But, I feel like there is some type of good news for you with the Princess of Wands. You are finally figuring things out because you have the Moon. What was hidden from you, maybe what your partner has not been sharing, they're finally sharing. And it could be that, you or your partner, someone is finally seeing the truth for what it is. No longer sticking your head in the sand. You're finally seeing things for what they are. And you're moving away from what's down here. You're moving away from this stuck energy from the Hangman, where you're just not moving forward. There's literally movement right here for the Six of Swords. New movement, a new beginning. You got to put yourself first with the Nine of Pentacles. It's time for that cycle in your life where you have been rejected, abandoned, treated badly. It's time for that to come to an end. Okay, so let me go ahead and start your reading for 2018. And we'll see what comes up for you. I'm going to do it a little bit different because this is obviously, it's not just for 1 month. So I felt like I couldn't do it the way I do these readings. But I feel like this will give you some idea of just the energies around your love life for the entire year. This is a love reading for the sign of Capricorn for 2018. We've got the Emperor, the Ace of Coins, what's coming up for Capricorn for 2018, the Four of Wands, love reading for the sign of Capricorn for 2018, the Chariot, the Justice card, what's coming up for Capricorn, the Eight of Wands, love reading for the sign of Capricorn for 2018, the Six of Wands, the Knight of Wands, the Hierophant. What's the most important card for the sign of Capricorn for 2018? Listen to your intuition. Like, you already know what's best for you. You know what you have to do. Okay, and you know who is the person that you belong with. That's another message that I'm getting. There will be many signs kind of telling you where you need to be. For those who are single, for those who are already coupled and you're struggling, your intuition is going to be screaming the answer at you. Now, when I was pulling the cards, I was already kind of seeing what's going on here in messages. There's a strong message. Let me just move the camera back here. There's a strong message for 2018 of victory. Let me just bring this card up here. the Chariot and the Six of Wands. Both of these are victory cards, minor arcana, major arcana. So whatever you have been dealing with, maybe your partner has been moving away from you, because I saw that in January for you. You are overcoming that obstacle. You're just basically overcoming any obstacles that have been blocking your love life, whether it's not meeting anybody, or whether it's your relationship or your marriage kind of going downhill. You are overcoming those obstacles. There's also, there's just movement around your love life with the Chariot. You're either moving to the next level. I do see a marriage card here. You have the Four of Wands, which does mean marriage or moving in with someone. You also have the Hierophant, which also is a marriage card. But this also represents, it's very spiritual, just like the High Priestess, which means that many of you, you're just going to know. This is a card of soulmates and kindred spirits. So in the year of 2018, you're going to be recognizing your soulmates, members of your soul family. Whether you're single or you're in a relationship or married, you're going to feel drawn to certain people. There will be kind of like an irresistible pull. Again, marriage is happening for those that are hoping, for your partner to commit, to move to the next level. I see that here. This can be marriage, home, children. But you do have, you start off with this message from the Emperor telling me that in 2018, you're going to have to take control. Again, this was a strong message for you for January. You're going to have to take control of your love life. So if someone has not been delivering what they have been promising, if you have been suffering, you're going to have to lay down the law and kind of maybe give your partner an ultimatum. Tell them how you've been feeling, because I feel like there has to be some sense of justice for you. You have the Justice card. This can actually even be an apology coming for you, for if there is someone from the past that you're hoping to hear from. This can be someone trying to make things up to you in 2018. But if it's not someone from the past, this can be, your partner trying to get your relationship or your marriage back into balance, because the Justice card is surrounded by positive energy. It's surrounded literally by movement. This is movement, a major arcana, and the Eight of Wands is movement and excitement. So I feel like for many of you, where your love life has been maybe a little stale in 2017, the universe is making this up to you, or someone can literally be making this up to you, someone from the past or the person that you're with, because you have movement, and someone or the universe trying to make this up to you, or some type of apology from someone from the past or your current partner. You also have, let's see, you have a lot of blessings when it comes to your love life, and I feel like something happens in 2018 where you're very lucky. I feel like this is a card of blessings. So I feel like as long as you're taking control of what's happening in your love life, as long as you are listening to your intuition, the High Priestess, as long as you're kind of sensing that connection to soulmates, to kindred spirits, there is an energy here of a lot of blessings coming in. So this could be that you've been struggling in your love life, but in 2018 you're meeting all the right people, or suddenly things turn around in a marriage or in a relationship where things were going downhill. The Ace of Coins is just a lot of blessings, and it is next to this card of marriage, stability. Maybe some of you are meeting that partner you're going to be marrying, but it could also just be that your marriage that you're in right now is just going to become much more stable. You're no longer going to be fearing the worst. But again, you have to take control of your love life in 2018, because I do see a lot of movement. The key word for you is movement for 2018, and someone trying to make things up to you, or like I said, the universe is just trying to make things up to you by helping the right people come into your life, the people that you're truly supposed to be involved with, or the person you're actually supposed to be marrying. Now, I just wanted to show you what was down here, because I had mentioned the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is a lot like the Emperor. It also represents movement, so there's another message of movement. It's here, here, and here. Movement around your love life. But the Knight of Wands means that you have to be really determined and really persistent in going after what you want. So again, if what you want is your relationship to move towards marriage, or maybe you just want an exclusive relationship with someone, you're going to have to be really persistent and kind of putting that out there for your partner. Because I feel like for some of you, based on what I saw in January, I have it right here, this card is just sticking out, you have been feeling just abandoned and disconnected, and it's time for you to really become self-confident and kind of let somebody know you're not going to wait forever. So I feel like 2018 is going to have you in a much more confident place of mind. Like you're going to be able to go after what you want. And if you do that, you have victory with you. You are moving towards the people that you actually belong with the Hierophant. This is soul family, soulmates, kindred spirits. So this looks very positive for 2018. I feel like, you know, it's a time of movement. I know I've been saying it over and over, but I mean, you have so many cards of movement. Whether it's meeting somebody new or fixing a relationship or fixing a marriage. I see blessings. I see a marriage, whether you're already there or you're moving towards it. There is a marriage. Here is a marriage. I see excitement. I see someone trying to make things up to you. But again, just kind of going back to the first card, like you've got to take control. Like all of this is going to happen. But I mean, the Emperor is technically the first card. All of this happens because you're taking control of your love life in 2018. And for some of you, you're just finally saying like, like no more. I'm putting myself first and this is what I want. And I feel like if you do that, you will like what you see. There will be movement. The movement that you want to see, the excitement that you want to see around your love life in 2018. Okay, Capricorn, this has been your love reading for January 2018 and for the year of 2018. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will speak to you again next month.